born ready, sir.
Yes, let's go.
The floor is yours.
All right. I'm Owen Bass, and today I'm doing my information speech. It's about how to change your car's oil. And I'm doing this because I think it's something everybody should know because it can save you a lot of money. If you don't know what your car's oil is, it's very important to make sure your car works. So, yes. What you need in order to change your car's oil, you need a wrench to remove the drain plug, which is like, I'll get to that. I'll explain that, okay? Oil filter wrench, which is this little thing. It's like a big rubber band. You can tighten it around the oil filter, used to take it off. You need oil drain pan, which is this. It catches all the oil, make sure it doesn't go all over the place because it's really messy.
How do you dispose of that?
You can burn it, which is highly frowned upon, or you can like take it to a place that will take care of it.
What do they do with it?
I have no idea.
Huh.
Probably burn it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah. You need a funnel, which is this thing. It catches all the oil, filters it into the hole it needs to go into. Gloves are optional because like some people just don't like gloves. You need new oil to put into your car, a new oil filter, and then a jack and jack stand or ramp. That's optional because like if the car is like elevated enough where you can just slide under it and you have enough room to work, you won't need a jack stand or anything. Alright, so the very first step is actually figuring out if you need to change your oil. So a big mistake people make when going to get their oil changed at like a place that does oil is they do it too early or they do it way too late. Usually when you get your oil changed at a place, they'll write a little number up, certain amount of miles, certain date, that sort of stuff. But if you're changing it on your own, usually you don't want to go and ask people. So there's two ways you can tell. For starters, bad oil will be like a dark black or really dark brown color, and it'll read really low on this level of a dipstick. If you don't know what a dipstick is, it's pretty much just a little thing you pull out of your car. That's great. You pull it out of your car, and it shows.
Teen court participants are released at this time. Please meet in front of the high school office. Thank you.
Nice. Okay. The dipstick level. If the oil's bad, it will be black or a really dark brown. It will be really low on this level. Usually there's a little line, and if it's below that level, it needs to be changed. Good oil. If your oil does not need to be changed, it'll be like a clear or a really light yellow color. It will be like up near this line. If it's like a little bit below it, it should be fine. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect. Here's a good example. This is new oil. You can tell it's kind of clear, and it's not this dark, nasty color like this used oil. So, yes, that's pretty much the first step, making sure that you need to actually change your oil, because you don't want to do it if you don't need to. Alright, so step 2, actually getting started. So changing your car's oil, it's kind of messy, because it shoots out of the actual oil pan sort of thing. So first thing you want to do is put on work clothes. I just found this picture, and this guy just looks really happy to be dirty. I don't know why, but I think it's pretty awesome. So you want to put on clothes you can get messy in. If you don't, you'll probably regret it unless you're like really careful and skilled and you can not get oil all over yourself. So after you got work clothes on, you're going to want to take your car and elevate it, whether you put it up on ramps or if you do it on jacks or jack stands or if you just slide under it. So after you have done that, after you've raised the car, you're going to want to slide under it, and you're going to slide under your car. Once you're under your car, you're going to look for a thing that looks like this. This is, I mean, it can change, but usually it's pretty much the same. It's kind of a metal box or circle sort of object, and it's got a screw like this on it. So once you find that, you're going to want to take your oil pan, which is that like gasoline looking thing at the beginning with things you need or whatever. You're going to slide it underneath your car, underneath the thing. So let's say the pan underneath the car that's actually connected to the car is right here, and your screw's right here. You're going to want to take the actual pan and move it back like right around here because the oil is going to come out of the thing at like 45 degrees because it's got a lot of force in it. So once you have all that stuff in there, you're going to take your wrench, put it on here, on the screw, and you're going to start loosening it. So usually it's pretty tight, and if you can't get it, like just using your hands. You might want to use a breaker bar, which is pretty much just a longer pole you can use, and you can stick it out under your car, and you can step on it, and that'll help get the screw loosened. So once you start loosening the screw, at a certain point, oil will start to start dripping out at the bottom of the screw. And if you have it loose enough with the wrench, you can usually use your hand. If this is where the part you might want to use the gloves. The oil is going to start leaking all over the place, and eventually start running through your hand. Once you get the screw out, you're going to want to pull the screw out and then move, because the oil is going to come shooting out. Usually the oil's pretty hot, because you want to do this a couple minutes after you've drained your car, because it keeps the oil really liquidy. Once it's warm in the car for a while. So the oil will start shooting out. It'll be really hot and messy, and it'll shoot the oil pan. So you don't really need to do anything while it's draining. It'll take a couple minutes, probably 5 minutes. As you can see, this is what it'll look like. It'll shoot out kind of fast. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like a dark brown color, as you can see. While it's draining, you can crawl out of your car, do something else, doesn't really matter. But I like to find the oil filter. The oil filter is the thing that, man, I have to talk a lot and breathe. Okay, the oil filter is the thing that the oil will go through, and it'll catch any dirt or debris that gets stuck in with the oil. Just make sure the oil's clean. At a certain point, usually around the same time you need to change your oil, you're going to want to change your oil filter. So the oil filter is a little thing that's shaped like this. It's usually pretty close. This is this car's oil pan, so the screws over here, it looks like, but I can't really tell.
So it comes out of the pan into the filter into the engine.
Yeah, it circulates.
That's what I thought. Okay.
It just regulates. And so you can find your oil filter, and it's going to be shaped like this or this. The structure is kind of the same, just the color changes, that sort of stuff. So it's draining, find your oil filter, and that's pretty much that. Once it's done draining, this is when, when it's done draining, you'll know the pan is done draining, because like oil will just be dripping rather than flowing out. So then you're going to want to take your oil pan and move it under your filter. And it's the same sort of thing where you're going to want to move it a little bit back, because oil is going to come spraying out. So taking the oil filter off, this is kind of difficult. Some people do this, which is really stupid, because it does bad stuff. It can rip the oil filter, and then you end up with like half of it still screwed in there, and then you can't screw it off as easy. Not a good thing to do. So that's where the oil filter wrench comes in handy. As I was saying, it's kind of a big rubber band. You pull it tight and you twist it. So you get your oil filter wrench on the oil filter and you twist it, and it'll take a second, because in a later step that I will explain, it gets a really, really tight seal, and it takes a lot of work to break. So you take the oil filter off. Oil will come shooting out into your pan, which you have moved by now to where it can catch the oil. Oil's dripping out. Eventually it will stop. So
How do you dispose of the filter?
pretty much the same thing. Put it back in the box of the new oil filter, and you can take it with the oil to the place where you can throw it away.
So they can burn it.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
what it
just
says.
checking.
No landfill. It's great for the environment. So you're going to get rid of your old oil filter. All the oil's been drained out by now. You're going to put the new oil filter in. So as you can see, this is an old oil filter. It's got oil on it, and this seal has turned brown compared to the usual black color, that sort of stuff. So you're going to take some new oil out of your new oil can that you're going to put into your car, put it on your finger. You're going to rub it around on this seal here, as you can see. They put some on there. But that's what's going to help get the tight seal and make sure no oil leaks out of the car when you're running it. So you put the new oil on there, then you go back under your car, you screw it in with your hand, and then when you can't tighten it with your hand anymore, get the oil filter wrench, tighten it on there some more. Alright, so, I missed this, I forgot to say this, but if you go back a little bit more, right here. Okay, once this is done draining, you should put the screw back on, because you don't want to leave the screw off. That would not be good. I realized I didn't say that.
Good
But
move.
definitely put that back on, tighten it on as tight as you can get it. Alright. Yes, here now. So you put your screw back in, you put a new oil filter on. Now you can start putting new oil into your car. This is when you're going to use the oil filter, and you're going to use the new oil can.
Oil
So-
filter?
Oh,
checking.
You're going to use a funnel, not a filter, to put the oil into your car. So if you go in your car, usually right around the middle, there's going to be like a cap about this big. It's going to say oil fill on it. You're going to take that off. It's usually right next to the dipstick, which is like a yellow ring. Pull it out. It's got a metal strip on it. But there's going to be a thing. Oh, actually right there. That's kind of what a dipstick will look like. It's just a yellow looking ring like that. Pull it out. But there's going to be a cap that says oil fill. You're going to take it off. You're going to put the funnel in it. Almost said filter again. You're going to put the funnel in there. And usually you should check with like a manual or something like that how much oil you need to put in your car, because if you put too much in there, it's not good. If you don't put enough in there, then you're going to keep wasting money not putting enough in there and that sort of
It's
stuff.
usually about 5 quarts, isn't it? 5 to 6.
I would assume so, but it changes from like year and type of car and stuff.
Okay.
Some cars need more, some cars need less.
Any particular type you recommend?
Not really.
Synthetic?
You can just use like top line if you feel like it, but if you're like me, just put cheap oil in there because I'm cheap.
Synthetic's not cheap.
Yeah, I'm just the kind of guy who goes and is like, well, that one's cheap, I'll use that, and then I go, oh wait, maybe not that one, I'll use this one. But yeah, it differs from car, year, that sort of stuff. So you check how much you need to put in your car, and you measure it out on here. Usually, on one of these, there's a clear side, and it shows measurements like this milliliters, that sort of stuff. And usually, you can pour it in, and you can tell how much you've already taken out and put in your car. So you keep putting oil in until you have the right amount. Once you think you have the right amount, check your dipstick, okay? And the dipstick will show the level. So if it's right at that like full line, you know you got the right amount. You're A-okay. You want to make sure the oil looks clear. You want to make sure it looks nice and new and not like that dirty brown color, and that there's no dirt or debris mixed in on the dipstick and that sort of stuff. Once you put your new oil in, you can put the oil fill cap on. Start the car. Helps it get moving again. Shut the car off after like 5-6 minutes. Look under the car. Make sure there's no drips. If there are drips, you're going to want to get back under your car and make sure you tighten everything down. It's pretty simple. That's how you change your oil. This is my friendly reminder to not be stupid when driving, because there's a lot of people that are stupid when driving. Yeah. So that's how you change your oil. I hope you guys understand it. If you don't, you can come and talk to me, and I will help you. And for $5, I will change your oil. Yeah. Oh yeah. Rather than $20, like most of these places. So yes, here are the links for my images, and I'm Owen Bass. That's how you change your oil.
Well,